a TV show, an expedition, a lost kingdom, and money problems. Let the adventure begin. Welcome to Summed Up, the series where I take a game or piece of game media, summarize it, and then give it back to you. In this one, I go over Tomb Raider, the beginning. Dr. Whitman is talking to Thomas Goldman, his agent, about his TV series. It's doing okay, but he shouldn't worry about it. The network still wants it for a third season. The next day, Whitman takes a small TV unit down to the Endurance to interview the boat's crew. They start off by hearing a story from one of Captain Roth and Helmsman Grimm's adventures. They've seen a thing or two, but the session is cut short because the ship starts smoking. Since the mechanic on deck won't be able to fix it before it's time to set sail, Roth is left with no other choice than to call their mechanic, Jocelyn Reyes, who isn't one bit happy to be called in early because she was taking care of her daughter during summer vacation. During her interview, Reyes recounts the tale of how she used to be a cop whose partner got killed in a drug bust. She promised his family that she'd make it right, but in court, the drug dealers weren't free. Reyes planned to keep her promise though, so she quit the force and did exactly that. Because she still had to make a living for herself, Reyes went to work in her brother's garage where she learned to be a mechanic. While drinking at a bar after work, she met Roth. He was drunk out of his mind and about to start a fight with the barkeep. Reyes wasn't in the mood for the ruckus, so she sorted it out with her fists. After, Roth calmed down and offered her the job on the Endurance. Lara Croft comes in to tell Whitman that he has a call from his agent. The official numbers for Season 2 of Whitman's World were really bad, and the network decided to pull funding for Season 3. Lara and Roth notice something's up and ask Whitman about it, but the doctor tells them that everything is fine and the TV crew are only leaving because they were needed elsewhere. He desperately calls his agent to ask him to convince the network not to pull funding. Otherwise, he'll have to find a way to fund the expedition himself. After his divorce, Whitman really needs this to work. The doctor goes back to his house to see if he can take and sell any of his personal antiques in order to get funding for the show. Once there though, he finds his ex-wife taking everything to sell for herself. She found out that the show got cancelled and wants to have her cut of things before he runs out of things that are worth anything. The reason? He cheated on her with a 22-year-old. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Whitman goes to Thomas to get some Chinese statues that were lent to them for the show by the London Museum. He takes the statues to an underground deal with Chinese mobsters where instead of getting money, he gets beat. But before things get any worse, a man walks into the meeting and starts wailing on the mobsters. The statues get dropped and destroyed in the fight, but the man succeeds in rescuing Dr. Whitman. While they're running away, the man introduces himself as Jonah Manava, the ship's cook and General Dog's body, and explains that Roth sent him to the rescue. While talking to Whitman about the funding issue, Roth gets called through his communicator. Alex had just shown up. He's come looking for sanctuary on the Endurance. The new arrival hacks certain databases of certain governments, and now they're looking for him. Eventually, Roth agrees to let him stay. Alex gets around to showing Laura and Whitman his idea for funding. He made a program that can hack gambling sites and make him win. In a little while, it had already earned him $2,000 and was 99.9% undetectable. Later that night though, while Whitman and Roth were talking, Alex comes in running, screaming, and throws his laptop into the water. Why? Because of the 0.1%. Laura decides to take matters into her own hands. Kind of. And calls her friend from college, Samantha. Her uncle had previously financed Roth's expeditions, and Laura wants to know if he's willing to do it again. He agrees with two conditions. He'll get a chunk of the profits from whatever they find, and Sam will be the camera woman for the expedition. Now, with Sam's uncle funding the expedition, Reyes having fixed up the boat's machinery, Alex getting its instruments working, Laura doing research, Sam on the camera, Roth giving the orders, Grimm at the helm, Jonah in the kitchen, and Whitman being the face of it all, they're ready to go find the island of Yamatai. Click that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you really liked it, and I'll see you next time.